Good afternoon, everyone. I am HANICEL Sarmiento, and today I am going to discuss the similarities and differences among animal groups. Animals can be divided into two groups, and these are the invertebrates and vertebrates. Vertebrates are animals that have a backbone and an internal skeleton. They said that only 3% of all animals on Earth are vertebrates. There are currently about 65,000 known species of vertebrates animals. The 5 classes of vertebrates are mammals, fish, amphibians, reptiles, and birds. One of the type of vertebrate animals are what we call mammals. It is a warm-blooded vertebrates that include human beings and all other animals that nourish their young with milk produced by a mammary gland and have a skin usually with some hair. It is considered a mammal if it can produce a milk like horse, sheep, deer, giraffe, dog, pig, and cat. The next one is birds. It is a warm-blooded egg-laying vertebrates with the body covered with feathers and forelimbs modified as wings. It can lay eggs with a hard shell, have a beak, 2 legs, 2 wings, like for example the chicken, parrot, eagle, and even penguin and ostrich are under the birds group of animals. The next one is reptiles. It is a cold-blooded, air-breathing vertebrates such as snakes, lizards, turtles, and alligators that usually lay eggs and has skin covered with scales or bony plates. Then the next one is amphibians. It is an organism that is able to live both on land and in water. Just like the reptiles, it is a cold-blooded vertebrate such as frogs and salamanders. They said that amphibians is like a fish and reptiles, but they have also a difference, and these are amphibians are animals with a dual mode of existence, unlike fish that live in water for their entire life. And then, the eggs of amphibians are covered with gel, and the eggs of reptiles are covered with a hard protective covering. Amphibians can breathe underwater with gills and on land with lungs, unlike reptiles that only breathe on land with lungs. And then the last one under the vertebrates animals are fish. It is also a cold-blooded vertebrate that lives and breathes in water and typically has a long, scaly, tapering body. Limbs develop as fins, or yung nagiging paa or kamay nila ay yung kanilang palikpik. They can also lay eggs without shells in water. After the vertebrates group of animal and their 5 classes, let's move on the invertebrates group of animal. So invertebrates can be described as animals that lack a vertebral column or backbone. Kung ang vertebrates ay merong backbone, ang invertebrates naman ay wala. Sinabi din kanina na 3% of animal species lang ang meron ang vertebrates animals. Samantalang ang invertebrates naman ay may 95% species na meron dito sa ating mundo. So that means na mas maraming invertebrates animals kaysa sa vertebrates. Invertebrates animals live in fresh water, salt water, on land, and as a parasites in other animals. Some invertebrates stay in one spot while others fly, swim, float, crawl, and burrow. There are mainly 4 kinds of invertebrates as listed below by phylum. The phylum Mollusca, phylum Annelida, phylum Arthropods, and phylum Coelenterata. The phylum Mollusca are the animals do not have the segmented body. Mollusca's skin consists of a mantle that releases a shell. Their skin is soft and mostly found in seawater and freshwater. Example of mollusca are octopus, snail, squid. The next phylum is phylum Arthropods. Their bodies are bilaterally symmetrical with a strong exoskeleton. Arthropods are capable of adapting to different environments quickly. Examples are scorpions, insects, spiders, crustaceans such as shrimps, crabs, and lobsters. And then the phylum Annelida. The group of Annelida has many worms. Their bodies are segmented and consist of 3 layers and hence called triploblastic animals. Triploblastic refers to having a 3 layers as inner skin, middle skin, and outer skin. Examples of annelida are earthworm, sandworm, and leech. And the last phylum are the phylum Coelenterata. Their bodies are radically symmetrical. These animals are diploblastic, which means that their bodies comprise 2 layers known as endotherm skin and ectoderm skin. The examples are the hydra, jellyfish, and the coral. Let's move forward to the differences between vertebrates and invertebrates. Characteristic of vertebrates. Vertebrates are animals that have a bony or cartilage vertebral or yung sinasabi nga natin kanina na may backbone. Number 2 is there are large animals at fast moving. Ang vertebrates ay mayroong 5 classes which are the fish, amphibian, reptiles, birds, and mammals. And then they breathe through their gills or hasang and lungs. Number 6 is the hollow tube of the vertebrates is located in the mid-dorsal line. And then 2 to 3% of total vertebrates animals species found in the earth. And 8, they have a endoskeleton made up of bones and cartilage. Their body temperature does not change. It is unaffected by the temperature of the surrounding climate. They are composed of 2 layers of skin, the dermis and the epidermis. The dermis is the inner layer of the skin, and epidermis is the outermost layer of skin, provides a waterproof barrier, and creates our skin tone. Their heart is located on the ventral side of their body. The ventral side refers to front or lower side. They have a complicated nervous system and highly specialized organs that perform specific functions. Vertebrates also have a red blood cells which contains hemoglobin. They do not have more than 2 pairs of limbs, and then the eyes of vertebrates develop as a result of the brain's activity. Vertebrates have simple eyes. All vertebrates are unisexual animals, either male or female. Vertebrates also have only bilateral body, symmetry, and closed circulatory system. Their mode of nutrition is usually heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means that they cannot produce on its own food. Vertebrates' pharynx have pharyngeal clefts to improve breathing ability. The characteristic of invertebrates. First one is they do not have a backbone. Small and slow-moving animals unlike the vertebrates. There are 30 different classes and they have many ways of breathing. Some uses spiracles or number of pores on the body of an insect. Some can pass oxygen through their skin while others have lungs. And then wala silang notochord. Vertebrates have a solid central nervous system that is located in the mid-ventral line. 95% of the total invertebrates animals species found on Earth. Some of the invertebrates have a hard non-living exoskeleton or shell. And then they are cold-blooded animals. Their body temperature varies with the outside temperature but still stays constant. Their heart is located on the dorsal side of the body. The dorsal side is refers to back or upper side. They have a nervous system that is simple and disorganized, and then wala silang red blood cells. The respiratory pigments occur in blood plasma. Invertebrates can have more than 2 pairs of appendages. Invertebrates' eyes develop as a result of skin development. Compound eyes are found in the majority of invertebrates, and then most of invertebrates are hermaphroditic. Hermaphroditism is a condition of having both male and female reproductive organs. They have an open circulatory system with radial or bilateral body symmetry. Their mode of nutrition includes free living, parasitic, and heterotrophic. They do not have pharyngeal clefts. The similarities between vertebrates and invertebrates. They both show bilateral symmetry. Parehas silang merong functional nervous system. They both have a heart and circulatory system. They both belong to kingdom of animal. And then parehas silang nakakagalaw. They both can adapt to their environment easily. Parehas din matatagpuan sa land or water. And the last one, both vertebrates and invertebrates reproduce and respirate. And that's all. Thank you.